kind of find it hard to put Pool Panic into a single sentence. It takes some of the mechanics of a pool or billiards or snooker game, as well as a puzzle game, but then it also mixes in some weird action and class based mechanics based on the different types of balls on the map. But essentially what the game entails is you play the cue ball or the white ball, and you can freely move around, and then when you want to take a shot, you use the right analog stick to start up the shot. If you hold it in place for about 3 seconds, it locks on to a particular ball, and each map or track or table or whatever you want to call it, there are 4 trophies to obtain through gold, silver, bronze, and they entail different objectives. They could be time based, so it means clear the table as quick as possible. It could be doing it as few shots as possible, and you do it without creating a foul, which means you don't put the cue ball, or scratch as they call it, you don't put the cue ball into any hole. And then also there's one for clearing out every single ball. In the beginning it's pretty simple. There's a few yellow, a few red balls. The red balls are pretty the standards, I'd say. They move a little bit, but other than that they're the standard cue balls you'd expect. But then you have the yellow ones who get afraid at your presence, and from here then it gets a bit crazy. So you have these greyish black balls that sort of get angry when you get close to them, and they stomp down and it sort of sends balls everywhere. You have this smug orange peach one that will sort of move out of the way right when you're about to hit it, so you need to hit a different ball off it, and it gets a lot deeper than that actually, and it gets to the point where you realize this is a lot more of a puzzle game than a pool game. And that's pretty cool because, like I said, one of the objectives is to do it in as few shots as possible, so it's about learning the different characteristics of each type of ball, as well as sort of learning sort of the rule sets, or at least sort of what you might expect from certain maps. So you may have to clear a certain number of balls, but not everything will be there, or at least visible in the beginning, so you've got to look around to see different things you may need to do in order to make them come out. It could be something as simple as hitting an object and it'll run out, to sort of getting your cue ball to go on, let's say, a crane, and move it in a certain direction that it will hit a big tree trunk, and then you hit that and then the ball will drop, or knock food off a barbecue. And actually, honestly, the list just keeps going on, and it's just so enjoyable to jump in, sort of understand each map. Like I said, it's essentially a puzzle game, so you got to understand the rules, mechanics of every single level, because each one is unique and different, and just sort of basically understand what's the best approach in order to hit the objectives. You are not going to hit all 4 objectives in a single try, at least not after the first couple of levels. So you've got to understand things like, so the first one maybe just, you know, put all the balls, maybe find all the balls, doesn't matter how many shots it takes, how long it takes, and then from there you'll get to know maybe how many shots you need, or doing it in as quick as time as possible. And there's just so much fun to have. Each level, I have to say, did feel unique. And beyond that, like, the game looks pretty damn unique as well, I guess. It's got this real cartoony, well, it's Adult Swim, so you kind of can get that sort of, it's cartoony but it's not cute, but it's weirdly cute. And also the music and sound design is pretty cool. There's also a mode where it's essentially a wave-based horde-like mode on a pool table, where you are dropped onto a pool table with a certain time limit to put all the balls and move on to the next level, but the arrangement of the different types of balls will be random each time. Excuse me, and it really adds a lot of replayability to the game. Like, it feels pretty good. Like, moving the cue ball around is fine, but then aiming and hitting the ball, the physics actually feel perfect. And then so when you throw in an actual pool game, it's a lot of fun, and it's different. There's not a lot more to it other than what you see here, but it is a lot of fun, and there's a main objective to sort of getting the amount of trophies to build up this hill, and as you move along the hill you unlock new modes or styles of play. And it's just one of those games. Each level is very unique, it's different, it plays well. And you're not going to really see or play a game quite like it. It's fun, it's a bit of a distraction, and well, I enjoyed it.